Two sets, 1 minute, yeah? Just going to frame him up. Get him nice and neat.
Was this track you got of yours, Glyn?
Yes.
This is James Holder for IFL TV. I'm at David Caldwell's show today in Sheffield at the Ice Arena. With me, I've got Serge Ambomo. How are we doing, Serge?
I'm very happy, but I'm doing my job, and my manager and my trainer is giving me hard work in gym, and I need to support that work to prove in ring boxing. Is that I'm doing? Is that I'm no one to deceive them? I need to, every time I have fight, I need to do my fight properly and give proper fight. If I'm lost that fight, I know it, I'm giving all. If I'm win, all my fight is possible to win. I'm not coming to lose. When I'm lost, I'm lost. But possible in my head, what I'm coming home is to win it, to put all my staff happy.
We're happy. We're very happy.
Fantastic victory over Jerome Wilson today, a very talented fighter, and someone in truth Serge was probably expected to get beat today, having looked at the record. I don't mean that in a bad way, but the hype around Wipeout Wilson and the way Serge has come in today and got yet again another stoppage victory, you must be pleased with that.
Yeah, you know, the story with Serge is well documented, so I'm more than pleased. You know,
could you elaborate a little bit on the initial story, just for our IFL TV viewers that may not be aware?
Yeah, Serge came over here with the Olympic team a few years ago.
The Ghanaian Olympic team?
No, the Cameroon.
Oh, sorry, Cameroon.
The Cameroon Olympic team. There was a few problems when the Olympic team arrived in England. Politics, finance, whatever. I don't want to get into that. Since then, Serge has been allowed to stay in England on his second attempt.
So he didn't return with the national team. He stayed in the UK.
No, we don't want to get into that because, but for whatever reason, the Home Office or whoever has allowed him to stay.
Indeed.
And they've said, you know, he can box. He's got a license. He's boxed under a British license. The only problem we've got with that is the fact that it's quite hard to get him a fight. You know, once people realise that he was picked to box for the Olympics, that puts people off straight away. Then when you see him, you know, he looks a formidable.
He's very big for the weight as well. He looks very big for the weight.
He's been down to 10 stone, believe it or not. He lives right.
It's unreal.
He's what I wish a lot more fighters would be. He's what you call a hungry fighter. You know, he lives in a hostel in an area in Sheffield. He trains every day, he trains hard, and the guy wants to make a career of boxing. Trains very, very hard. I wish everybody in the gym would train as hard as him. The problem we've got now is coming off to...
Well, this is what I'm just going to say. He stopped Adam Salmon at your call.
Yeah.
Last week I was there. Again today he's Jerome Wilson in Sheffield in his own backyard.
Well, he was on the verge of stopping Jerome more than once. But don't want to take nothing away from Jerome. But going into this fight, Serge only had 2 fights. So it was a big risk. When you've got a kid who comes from Cameroon, you know, he don't sell tickets. He's not what you call a promoter's dream, but he's a fan's dream.
You can't help but like Serge.
Listen,
look at the guy. But like him, do you know what I mean?
Look at him. You know, he does smile occasionally.
He reminds me of Mr. T cross between Balotelli. Yeah. He really does.
He's the nicest guy you could ever wish to meet. But like I say, from a promoter's point of view, you know, he's not very well known. So he's not a big ticket seller because there's not a big, although he has got quite a few fans in Sheffield, and I'm sure now after that performance he'll have even more fans. But the problem we've got now is just beat a highly ranked, highly rated fighter in Jerome, who's going to want to fight Serge now.
Well, the thing is, I saw the way, for instance, I'm from Mitcham, the same place as Adam Salmon is. A lot of the fans that were there last week, it was very hostile for Serge. That was a hostile place. Let's not get it twisted. When the fight finished, the levels of abuse I saw him witness, and again today, like people are not best pleased that he's coming in and just wiping guys out the way
exactly.
he is.
But you know, the thing, we don't mind the abuse. You know, he's just gone in there. We've come to Dave's show, and what a cracking show, and what a cracking bout on a small old show. You know, these are the type of fights that should be on mainstream television. If that fight had been on mainstream television, you know, it'd be unbelievable. But
near on a carbon copy of the fight he had, was it last week, 10 days ago?
Yeah. Going into the last round, exactly as what I told him this time.
And being knocked down in the early
being knocked down in early doors.
Yeah,
I think it takes a knockdown for him to wake up. And then once he wakes up, it's like, you know, he's away, aren't you?
He's got raw power. How do you transcend that into working on his? Is it more working on his technical attributes?
No, technically he's a very good fighter. But what you've got to remember, he's had a lot. He's coming from the amateurs. Mm-hmm. He had 52 amateur fights.
Yeah, 52.
You know, only amateur. So making the transition from amateur boxing to professional boxing, what you've got to remember is the kid's an inexperienced kid, right? And he's going in. He's going into the guy's backyard, as we did in your call last week, and he's coming to all the way from Sheffield. He's boxed Dave's one of the top boys from Colwell Promotions on their show. So we're not expecting any favours. So to pull off a result like he pulls off, like at your call last week, and to pull off a result like we have tonight, I take my hat off to him. And the thing with him is the story is unbelievable. For anybody who knows the story regarding Serge, you can look on the internet and things. His story is unbelievable. You know, his family's back home. He's living here on his own. He's got a load of friends in the gym. And you know, we're all going to start having our hair cut like this as well.
I'd pay to see you have one of them. I'd pay to see you fellas have one. Listen, Serge, you're a real
Great
character,
story.
And I said you've won me over.
Yeah,
as I said, a bit pissed off you knocked my mate out last week, but I'm over that now.
Okay, thank you.
I'm joking.
He was one of the guys in the balcony
throwing
coins and calling you names in the balcony. So a body shot would be. Well,
I don't want a body shot, Serge. Hold on, body shot.
Okay, thank you.
I really don't. Serge, thank you. Thank you for being
Thank you so much too.
I wish you the best of luck in life. Thank you very much, Serge.
Okay, cheers.